I have a breaking news for you. Tigray government and Ethiopian government, Tigray regional government and Ethiopian federal government reportedly reached a humanitarian agreement which is being implemented. The agreement was reached after Martin Griffith and other key officials and mediators met with both the parties to this conflict. We'll have a detailed look at this agreement. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian government just a few hours ago issued a statement about a joint operation against Oromo Liberation Army in Western Oromia. Western Oromia is the zone from where OLA is expected to advance towards Addis Ababa and towards Oromia Amhara border area. So here a massive offensive is underway, joint offensive. We'll have a look at that. Before that, another important news. Mediators to resolve Tigray conflict are once again back in Ethiopia. Olusegun Obasanjo, a former Nigerian president, working as a mediator to resolve Tigray conflict, appointed by African Union, is back in Ethiopia. He arrived in Ethiopia today, viewers. Then Jeffrey Feltman, a US envoy to the Horn of Africa, is also back in Ethiopia. The two were in Ethiopia a few days ago. They held some important meetings. Obasanjo traveled to Mekelle as well twice. Then he met with Amhara leadership too. Then the two traveled to Kenya. They met with Kenyatta, President of Kenya. Then Kenyatta visited Ethiopia. He met with Ethiopian PM and the president. Then Anthony Blinken, US Secretary of State, visited Kenya. Several things happened. The two, Feltman and Obasanjo, after having meetings, left Ethiopia. Now they are back in Ethiopia. Obasanjo is due to travel to Afar as well. He is expected to meet with Afar leadership. So once again, mediation efforts are underway, though so far there is no result of this mediation effort seen on the ground because fighting is going on. No announcement of ceasefire, no temporary ceasefire, but efforts are underway. Let's hope, let's pray that something good comes out of this mediation initiative and efforts. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian government just an hour ago announced that it has inflicted heavy losses on Oromo Liberation Army in Western Oromia. Ethiopian government says that in Horogodoro, in Valega, in West Shoa, in these places which are situated to the west of Addis Ababa, a joint operation was launched. Ethiopian Federal Police, Oromia Regional Forces and militia members, they were part of this operation. Operation is ongoing. Ethiopian government has shared some numbers as well, how many OLA members have been killed, how many have been arrested. I won't go into these details, but it seems that Western Oromia is the place which Ethiopian government is targeting because from Western Oromia, Oromo Liberation Army is expected to move towards Addis Ababa and towards Amhara, Oromia border areas. That is why Horogodoro, Valaga, these zones and West Shoa to the west of Addis Ababa, they are being targeted here. Ethiopian forces, Oromo regional forces are conducting clearing operation. They are trying to push OLA fighters away from Addis Ababa and from Amhara Oromia border. Let's see, in coming days we'll have a clear picture. Oromo Liberation Army is also making claims about having carried out some attacks on Oromia regional forces to the west of Addis Ababa and to the north of Addis Ababa as well. But these are small scale attacks. It seems that Oromo Liberation Army does not have significant presence close to Addis Ababa. Yes, they have presence, small scale presence. They have carried out some attacks as well, some attacks on vehicles of government forces, but so far we have not seen their large scale presence. I saw a tweet from OLA spokesperson. He claimed that large areas in Shoa close to Addis Ababa were under OLA control. But if these large areas of Shoa are under control of OLA, they should share some evidence as well. I mean, they took control of Gidami, and yesterday they shared a video from Gidami. I did a video on that today. So Gidami is under their control to the west of Nakamte. We know that if they have taken control of large areas in Shoa, in east, west, north and southwest Shoa, they should share some evidence too. Otherwise, we'll be forced to believe that they have very small scale presence close to Addis Ababa. Now, lastly, viewers, a positive development, an encouraging development that it seems, though not announced so far, it seems that Ethiopian government and Tigray regional government, they have reached a sort of unofficial agreement, humanitarian agreement regarding the delivery of aid to the people in need. Tigray was under a siege. Ethiopian government was not allowing free delivery of aid to Tigray. Roads leading into Tigray from Amhara were blocked. Only road open was from Afar to Tigray, Samra, Makale road. Then those areas in Amhara region which are under TDF control, there is need of aid as well in Wag Himra, in North Wollo, in South Wollo as well. People, tens of thousands in Amhara are in need of aid. Now it seems that Ethiopian government and Amhara regional government and Tigray government, they have reached an agreement. Because today Ethiopian government announced that 369 trucks are being allowed to enter Tigray. They are being sent to Tigray, and humanitarian flights are being sent to Kambolcha and Lalibela. Who is controlling Kambolcha and Lalibela airports? Of course, Tigray Defense Force. These humanitarian flights are being sent for the delivery of aid to those people who are in Amhara region under TDF control. In return for sending 369 trucks of aid to Tigray, TDF is allowing delivery of aid to Kambolcha and to Lalibela airports. An interesting development, viewers. Interesting development because Tigray was kept under siege. It is still under siege. TDF is breaking the siege by force. TDF decided to enter Amhara Afar regions. And now Ethiopian government is forced to agree on this unofficial sort of understanding that will send aid to Tigray, and you will allow delivery of aid into North Wollo, into South Wollo, and into Wag Himra. Overall, a positive development because people, whether in Tigray or in Amhara, they are in need of aid. So the aid must reach the people in need. That shows, viewers, that in Ethiopia, agreements are only signed if you have power, if you have force, then you can dictate terms. Otherwise, you are taken for granted. So now both sides have some leverage. They have managed to reach this understanding with the mediation of Martin Griffiths, humanitarian chief of UN, who visited Tigray, Amhara a few days ago. He met with Ethiopian leadership as well. He met with Demeke Mekonnen, Deputy Prime Minister too. Then Obasanjo and Jeffrey Feltman, they have also been putting in their efforts too. So it seems that they have agreed, unofficially agreed, for delivery of aid to the people in need, both in Tigray and in Amhara. A very positive development. Let's see, viewers, what happens. Can this agreement be implemented practically or not? We're waiting for the implementation of this agreement. And there are hopes as well. If Tigray and Ethiopian government can agree on delivery of aid, why can't they agree to announce a ceasefire? Yes, they can agree. They'll have to soften their positions a little. There is always a solution to armed conflicts if parties are ready to soften their positions. Yes, TPLF-led Tigray government, PP-led Ethiopian federal government, they can agree on a ceasefire as well if they decide to soften their positions. Let's see what happens. Obasanjo back in Ethiopia, Feltman back in Ethiopia. Maybe in coming days we might see some good news about ceasefire. Thanks for watching.